Imagine doing 52 weeks of work every year for 7 weeks of payoff. Such is the challenge of running a summer camp. Welcome to Jeff Hacker, the head of Camp Cedar in Casco, Maine, to the Language of Business.
Good morning.
How do you manage to do that much work year-round for a season that effectively runs for 7 weeks?
Well, we're all in for 7 weeks, and it's really a little bit more than 7. We have the kids there for 7. We have staff a couple extra weeks, and we do have a little shoulder season. We run a few more things, but it's 24/7 for that 10-week program, and it takes a lot to get set up every year.
What happens to the facilities and staff on the off season as well?
The facility is open all year round with our caretaker. We're always doing projects. Right when camp closes, we do all the repairs. We work on all the fields, all the facilities, all the projects that are going on. So we do have staff even up there right now and throughout the winter. The most of the staff is seasonal except for our caretakers and just a couple of the directors and human resources.
Do you get a high renewal rate of both campers and staff?
Well, the camper return rate is off the charts. I mean, we're in the high 90% most years. The staff, we have a lot of key staff that come back year after year, but our counselor staff is mostly college kids, and so they come for a couple years, and there is turnover built in, and we have to recruit a lot of new staff every year.
Would you ever consider doing off-season events for either constituency?
We did expand the shoulder season. So right after camp ends, we do have a scholarship camp. This year we're going to be having Harlem lacrosse up there. We have some school groups come up there and do some orientation. We have a women's retreat, and we rent it out to a soccer and volleyball camp. There are other camps that do weddings, and there's a whole family of activities that other camps are doing to extend the season a little bit.
How do you account for word of mouth?
We have been doing this for 63 years. We've built up a great reputation. We've got really happy kids. We've got really happy parents. It's a very important part of these kids' lives coming to camp, and even the families' lives. And for a family that has 2 or 3 kids, they could be coming up to camp for 15 years and really their whole childhood. So they are important partners in the whole experience.
And what do you think the camp's competitive advantage is over other similar camps?
We are a family camp, so we do have, my mom is still up there, my daughter's there, my wife, my sister, my brother-in-law. We've got terrific facilities, and it's just a really warm, caring feeling about the place. So we have, we're not the slickest New York camp, but we're kind of the good guys, and it seems to be working with our clientele.
And it's non-religious, but focused mostly on sports?
We're a traditional, well-rounded camp, but we have to like sports. We do our sports very well, but we've got great wood shop. We've got a great nature program, tripping program, rocketry, digital media. It's pretty wide-ranging programming.
Some of the camps provide for first session, second session, or even 1 or 2 weeks at a time. Why doesn't Camp Cedar do that?
Well, we are a traditional camp, a bit of a dinosaur, but it's full season camping, and our kids come for the 7 weeks, and it's really a much better program. When you're there that long, you really get to settle in, you get to be very much at home there. It's really developed the family feel to the place, everybody knowing one another. So when kids are coming and going, it can be disruptive. And certainly there's some great short session camps, and I encourage people if that fits for their lifestyle, but the full season camping is really something special.
After having done something for 63 years, which is an impressive number, do you feel the need to innovate every year and make next year just so unique because it's another season?
We are a little bit of a time warp, so many things that are important about camp is the tradition and the spirit, and that we are going back to a safe place that they know, but we are always looking for new ideas and new programming ideas, better ways to teach, work with the kids, more programs, different activities, so we are always innovating. It makes the job really exciting.
What does the city of Casco, Maine think about 63 years?
The city of Casco, Maine, well, it's a sleepy little quiet town, which is very nice, but we're good partners with our town. There's not much going on there. Great ice cream shop and a little corner store, but we're very friendly with the town manager. They're very supportive of what we do there.
And where do you draw your kids from? Is it just from Maine, or is it Massachusetts, or a little bit of everything?
No, so our clientele comes from suburbs and urban areas throughout the Northeast, primarily Boston, greater New York, greater Philadelphia. We have a pocket of Chicago kids, a pocket of Cleveland kids, a pocket of Florida kids, and a few international kids, 1 or 2 from Texas, really all over the place. Because they come for 7 weeks, they're willing to travel a little further.
Are you finding that technology is acting as a barrier to kids enjoying the camp experience?
We are one of the last places where the kids get unplugged, and it's a very powerful thing. Being away from your parents and being unplugged are two of the really positive things for these kids. They do miss the technology for a couple days, but once they're up there, they're going so full, it really has become not a big issue. So it's pretty awesome. This is camps, not just our camp, but camps are a place for them to get outside, be in nature, be off the screens, and just be a kid.
And if a parent wants to call a kid, what do they have to do? Go through you?
No, they will have a couple scheduled phone calls during the season. So they will have a couple phone calls, but they're not walking around with their cell phones.
Jeff, thank you.
I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Jeff Hacker, owner of Camp Cedar in Casco, Maine.